What's up YouTube? Here's another knife from my collection, and one I'm actually quite proud of. The Frost Cutlery Large Mother of Pearl Trapper. Now I would review this and I would have given the ceramic one a score, but yeah, it's a bit too basic for me to even bother scoring. This on the other hand, I'm not reviewing for another purpose entirely, is because it was a limited edition knife and is no longer available to buy, sadly. The bolsters are brass with mother of pearl inlays. Just excuse my focus here. Come on, behave camera please, thank you. The mother of pearl is actually rather good quality. The build quality of the knife is pretty amazing as well. The blades, for you steel snobs out there, are 440C stainless steel with a high polished finish, as you can see by the fucking fingerprints on the blades, which really does my head in. That's the one thing I hate about this knife, I'm always having to polish it. Now all I use this blade for, to be quite honest, is, well, honestly I use it occasionally for letter opening when I can't find my benchmark. Though I do go through a rotation of all my knives for opening various packages, with the exception of my Lansky World Legal, which stays in my Maxpedition gear bag, which is part of my EDC rotation. This I haven't EDC because although it's non-locking, the blade length makes it totally illegal to carry in the UK, as it has two 3.5 inch blades, 3.5 inch on the clip point and again on the spay blade. I had to think for a second there, I'm not used to the second blade type. And I'm used to calling the clip point a Bowie, because most clip point blades I've seen in the past were actually of the Bowie design. A nice little feature on this is firework all across the back on the back springs, and if I can get it to show, come on please focus for me, on the spines of both knives as well. On the clip point blade, the firework goes up right to the edge of the clip section of the blade, so it goes up to just there. However, on the spay blade, which I'll admit is my favourite of the two, come on please focus for me, it goes up almost all the way to the tip. Now, when I bought this blade, this nice little knife, I believe it cost me $34.95. That's including post and package, because the site I use offers free post and packaging on orders over £30. Now, I don't usually buy knives like this. I prefer more tactical knives, such as my Ryan 7, which again is a lovely knife, but yeah, this trumps it in style. Another knife similar to the Frost is this Anglo Arms Damascus. Now these are the only two what I'd call gentleman's folders that I have. This one truly is a gentleman's folder, lock back design, Damascus steel. I do not know what the steel composition is on the Damascus, so I'll have to look that up. I have done a video on it before though, so just look up Anglo Arms Damascus folder on my channel if you want to see the other video on this. Now, back to the Trapper. They do make a standard version of this with jigged bone. Frost do actually make a Frost Cutlery, who make it, do make a standard version of this model. It still has the file work, but it does not have the mother of pearl and brass bolsters, and the file work does not persist up the back spring like it does on this variant. Now, I know about the standard model, not because I own one personally, but because my grandfather, when I was younger, owned the standard version and passed it on to me. Unfortunately, the standard version I had, which was passed to me to my granddad from my granddad, broke because it rusted out where the pins are. Because his version was a high carbon steel, it was still Frost Cutlery, and it was the same size Trapper as this. The only difference was it had staghorn handles. Though I have been told there is also a version that has jigged bone, which I would love to get my hands on because I love jigged bone handles and I love staghorn. Now, I don't know if Frost Cutlery make those two versions anymore. I believe they still make the jigged bone version. The jigged bone version has the file work on the spines of the blades. The staghorn, like this, had them on both the spines of the blades and the back springs. So yeah, I really wasn't happy when that knife broke because, as I said, it wasn't my granddad's. And it's never nice to lose an heirloom. Now, aside from the obvious fact about this knife, the 440 stainless blades, 440C I believe, and I believe it's American 440C, but don't quote me on that. The brass bolsters and file worked back springs and blades, and of course the feature of this knife that makes it stand out, the mother of pearl insets, inlays, whatever you want to call them. It is a nice knife, and if it was still available, I would say 5 stars, go out and get it. But as it's not, I'm just giving you my opinions on it. If you like the looks of this knife, there are similar models out there that do have mother of pearl handles, but not with the file work. Anyway, that's all regarding the Frost mother of pearl large Trapper. And remember, be good to each other.